Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Wiltshire Caravans in Westbury in Wiltshire, and they've kindly allowed me to come and film a review of this. It's the Elddis Avanté 868. It's a twin axle 6-berth family caravan. This model was new for 2020 and it's proving very popular. In the rear we're going to find bunk beds and a fixed bed, which is a very unusual feature. So what do we need to know about it? Well, let's have a look at some of those technical specifications. As I say, it is a twin axle caravan. It's 8 metres and 5 centimetres in length and it's 8 feet in width. The MTPLM of this caravan is 1,724 kilograms, and it's going to give you a generous payload of 179 kilograms. You can even upplate this caravan to 1,800 kilograms if you want, which will give you a huge payload, ideal if you are touring with a family of 6. So let's start having a look around. As we can see on the front, we've got a champagne gold front locker, and that's where we're going to find storage for our gas and other bits. We've got the 3 Elddis windows and a sunroof above. The Avanté 868 is on the Alco chassis. You'll see here that we've got the Alco hitch. The ATC is fitted as standard, and the nose weight on this is 100 kilograms. So it's worth bearing that in mind in relation to your tow vehicle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head down the offside first of all. So as I come down the offside, on the Avanté we have the white sides, but we do have some nice decals. They're a dark grey and red, which set it off quite nicely. We've got the Elddis badge and we've got a window into the lounge. Below here we're going to find our whale water point. That's where you're going to set up your aqua roll to feed water into the caravan. As we come down, we've got our battery locker here, and that's where we're going to connect up to the electric hookup. We've got a window into the kitchen area. Then we find the 2 alloy wheels on the twin axle. We've got the toilet cassette. You'll notice that there isn't a flush. That will feed off the water system within the caravan, so no separate flush. And we finish off with a window overlooking the fixed bed and another locker box, and that's going to give you storage under that fixed bed for things like tables and chairs for when you're sitting out. I'll move round to the rear of the 868 next so we can see what we're getting back here. So back here we've got this large 8-foot wide one piece. We've got a high LED brake light. We've got the Elddis badge, followed by the Avanté, and then we've got the Elddis logo again. We do get the grab handles, and we've also got the cluster lights as well. So it's a nice big back end on the 868. We'll venture further around now and have a look at the near side before we go inside. So on the near side of the 868, what we do notice, we don't have an external gas point. I would imagine that will be an option though that you can have fitted. We have then a window into the lounge area. And as we come back, we get the stable door, which does have a window as well, looking out, so we can see who's outside our caravan. We do have a small LED light above that. That's going to illuminate the awning on an evening or help you find your way back. On the roof, we do have an aerial situated towards the front near side of the caravan. As I head back, we are a little bit limited for space, but as I head back, we've got the Dometic vents for the tower fridge freezer. And then further back here, we're going to find 2 windows, and these are going to overlook the bunk beds which are here on the near side. What we'll do next is we'll venture in and have a closer look at what we're getting inside the 868. Inside the 868, now this is an 8-foot wide caravan, and you can tell from the amount of space we're going to get in the lounge area. It's really good. This is a fantastic space, even if you have got 6 members of the family. The furnishings are a grey colour. It's quite a nice heavy duty material, and they're set off nicely with, we have the pull down roller blinds. And then we've got the curtains, and these are almost a purple and lilac colour scheme, I would say. In terms of cushions, we get scatter cushions, which again have a similar colour scheme of a purple colour. And if you're not keen on the colours, you can always buy additional scatter cushions to your own taste. Within the lounge area, we are getting the front chest, which is popular with many people. Not only we've got space here for drinks and plates, we also have a further slide out that's going to give you additional space as well. And if you are wanting to eat, you can get the full table out and make this into your dining area. Within this chest, there's a nice slide out drawer and a further one within that. So if you've got young children, that could be great for crayons and felt tips and games and stuff. So very good storage. And there's more storage below that. This front area here does transform into a really large double bed, and there's also some locker space just underneath as well. We can see at the front that we're getting the 3 large windows, and we've got some nice lighting in this lounge area, including a light under here. It's also complemented by the large sunroof as well to let in plenty of light. In terms of where are you going to watch television, there is a plug socket in the far left-hand corner on the near side, so that's where you're going to find an aerial point, plug in your telly, and you're probably going to have to situate that here, I would imagine, to watch it as a family. We have got cupboard space above. We've got 4 cupboards, and in one of the cupboards we're going to find the television aerial and also somewhere to put in a radio. And we do find 2 speakers just here, so we can play music as well in the lounge. I haven't found any USB sockets as yet up here, so whether you can have those as an additional option, you would have to check with the dealer. So that is the lounge area. I must say it's a really good size. These are excellent sized sofas. I do like the lounge area on this 868. What I'm going to do next though is head that way into the kitchen and show you that. The kitchen is on the off side of the Caravan, and we're getting some good worktop space, and I do like the additional flap. That's always useful, especially when you are cooking or if you've got a toaster or something to put on there. So a good amount of worktop space, and we have 2 plug sockets for coffee machines, toasters and kettles, and we have a light switch here. So we've got some good illumination underneath. The splashback is a nice effect as well. It's almost sort of a marbly feature. That's nice. We find the window where we do have a blind, and then we've got a large circular sink, obviously hot and cold water tap. Moving along, now we come to our oven. This is a Thetford appliance. Under here we've got an electric hob, so great if you're on electric hookup, and then there's also 3 gas burners for if you're off grid or you prefer to cook on gas. Below that we find a grill, and we also find a good size oven, and that's not too low down. And that's the one thing I do like about this all-in-one hob oven and grill unit, is that the oven's never too low, and there's a little bit of storage just under the oven as well. As we come back along here, now we've got a nice cupboard under the kitchen sink here, and that's a really generous size, to be fair. We've got a shelf unit, and then we've got the floor space as well, so ideal for storage and maybe something like shoes if you're not putting them in the lockers under the sofas. So that's a good feature. Next to those, we've now got a bank of drawers here, and we've got a variety of space. So here, this is only shallow. This is maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches in depth, but could be a good cutlery drawer. And then these are, again, good sized drawers, much deeper, probably around 4 inches in depth, and they go all the way back. And at the bottom, we just have the drop down flap as opposed to one of the drawers there. So that's this part of the kitchen area. As we move upwards, we're going to see the locker space that we have above. Now in here, this is where you'll be looking at putting plates and cups, saucers and glasses and what have you. And I do like these catches that Elddis use. They feel very secure, which is certainly what you want when you're towing. So that's that cupboard. And then as we move across, we have a further cupboard. And this one's just an empty space. So this might be good for putting cereals or things like that in it. So another good cupboard though, really good height on that one and a good depth. So storage in the kitchen for a family is a big plus. I'm going to move now over to the near side and just go through the features that we're going to find here. So as we come in through the door, we find the stable door with a bin fitted as well. And we do have a small blind for privacy on an evening. Next to that, we've got the control panel for the Caravan. And it's worth mentioning that the 868 does have the Whale air-blown heating. We then come along and we're going to find the Russell Hobbs microwave. This is at a good height, and I do like the fact that it's not situated in the cupboard above the cooker, because if you're using the hob and the microwave, there's more chance of something going badly wrong with a microwave over it. So I do like to find that we see that on this side. And it's a reasonable size for cooking most bits. Above it, we just have a small cupboard, and in here we'll find a plug socket for the microwave. But again, it's some nice additional storage. Below that, we're going to find the Dometic fridge and freezer. And I do like the size of this. It's, I think it's 155 litres, which is very, very generous. You can see, although the shelving's not overly deep, it is a very good width. We get a salad tray in the bottom. We've got some shelves, and we have a huge freezer compartment. So in terms of caravanning with the family, that'll certainly provide you with plenty of room for all the food for the family. So really good little setup here. I'll just move back and cover what we've got here because it's part of this living space. Now this is storage. One thing this Caravan does very well for a family is provide storage. And the fact that you've got a 179 kilogram payload, it gives you more room and flexibility. And if you do up plate to 1800 kilos, it's going to give you even more payload. And that's when this additional space is very useful. So in here, we're going to find a wardrobe, and it's a really good size. And in here, we're going to find the table for use in the dining room. So that is an excellent size wardrobe. Below it, we've got more of these little drawers, and these are really good. So again, you're going to be able to put various items of clothes or whatever you want in these. And as I say, there's 3 of those all the way down. So fantastic for the family. If you do want to separate this space from the living space, then you can bring across the washroom door, and that in effect is going to give you 2 living spaces, which is lovely. And on an evening, it's going to give obviously privacy to the bedroom as opposed to up here in the lounge area. And also if you're cooking, it means the smells aren't going to travel backwards. There is a slight gap above, but it's nothing much. So yeah, this area in living space, I must say I do like this. This is a nice family layout Caravan. What I'm going to do next is head back and we can have a look at the shower and the toilet and washroom before we venture back into the bedroom last. So let's have a look at this shower. The shower's on the near side, and it is a separate cubicle. It's a good size, it's the white sides. We've got the shower head, and then we've got a shelf for putting our shower gel or shampoo. We do get a little bit of intrusion from the wheel arch, but it is still a good size and excellent width. And we have a nice screen as well to prevent water coming out. It isn't frosted glass, but you do have the door that you can close, and we also find a sliding door between the bedroom space as well to give added privacy for the members of the family that are using that. What I'm going to do next is have a look at the washroom and toilet that's on the opposite side to this shower. The washroom on the offside, first of all, as we come in, we see we've got a nice mirror with a light above, so that's great for illumination. And then as we come down, we get the sink, hot and cold water tap, and underneath there's some cupboards for your toiletry bags and bits and pieces. And it's nice to see that we do get the toothbrush holder as well, situated here next to the mirror. For all the family, we do find we get further cupboard space up here. So nice shelf area to put various bits or maybe some toilet rolls. And then we come down to the Thetford swivel toilet, and there is a toilet roll holder as well. One thing we're sort of lacking in here is somewhere to hang our towels, and that's something you'd have to sort of think about, where to put all the family's towels. But this is the washroom and toilet area. So next we'll head back into the bedroom. So we're in the bedroom area, and this is where this caravan gets quite exciting, if you could consider caravans exciting. Personally, I do, as you know, because as you can see, we've come through, and on the offside we're finding first of all a fixed side bed, or what people used to call a French bed. So we have a fixed bed. Now this is 6'3" in length, and it's 3'11" in width, so it's not massive, and we do have a cut off here. There's always a compromise, as I always say. However, if the tallest person is over on that side at 6'3" and the shorter person is here, then that's probably not going to be a problem for many couples. And I must say, I like this. Situated around this bed, we've got various cupboards for storage, as you can probably see. I'll just open this one up. So they've all got a shelf unit in there, so great for putting clothing in. If you're smaller like me, you might just have a little bit of a struggle to reach across. These ones don't have shelves, sorry, but as you can see, absolutely loads of room. And then we find the LED lights, and we do have some little shelves as well, so if you still want to sit in bed and have a cup of tea or coffee, then you can do that. One thing that this caravan does have, which it's not fitted unfortunately on the model I'm in today, is there is a rail that runs around the roof, and there's a curtain that fits there to pull round, so the parents do have some privacy, which is obviously important even when you're away in the caravan. On the back wall here, so from the head you're looking at this wall, there's a television point, there's a 12 amp, there's a socket, 12 volt, sorry, there's a socket, and there's an aerial. So you could fix a television there so the family can still watch TV on a night back here if that's what you like to do. So that's really good. Moving along next. Now we've got another wardrobe. Obviously we had the one that I showed you before, but when I look at this one, I mean, this is phenomenal. We've got 2 rails, and it's literally full size. So as long as you've got plenty of coat hangers, you will be able to hang absolutely loads of clothes in there. And again, this comes down to that generous payload and the consideration of upplating. So that's absolutely fantastic. Now, if we look at the other side, obviously this is 6 berths, so we've got 2 berths here, 2 berths at the front, and 2 berths here. And this is where we're going to find the bunk beds. Now, these bunks, these are 6'3" in length, so that's excellent. I mean, that's going to fit most children. And width-wise, it's 1 foot and 11 inches. So we're not far off 2 feet in width. So again, pretty generous. We have a ladder as well, so the kids can climb up. That will extend back, so the kids can clamber up. But a nice little area. And there's these little curtains as well, so the kids can turn this into a den, or the parents if you like making dens. But yeah, so we've got a little curtain there to make it into a den, and there's a window overlooking each one. If you've got young children, it might be worth considering some window locks just for that additional safety. But there are blinds as well that you can pull down on there, and there's a Hecky light above the bunks. So yeah, I must say, when I came into this caravan, it's the first time I've seen the 868, and I've reviewed a couple of family vans. So when I came in and saw this layout, I can see how this would really work and suit a family. So that's the bedroom area. The only thing, again, I've not found are USBs, which is a little bit disappointing for a caravan of this price. I appreciate it's entry level, but the price isn't particularly entry level. So what we'll do is we'll head back into the lounge, we'll have a bit of a summary and see what you think. So I'll see you back in the lounge. So there we have it. That is the Elddis Avanté 868. It's 8 feet wide. It's a 6-berth caravan. It's got this fantastic lounge area. And one thing I really like, if you're considering a family caravan, this is absolutely worth looking at, because that rear bedroom with the fixed bed, for me, is absolutely fantastic. If you are willing to sacrifice having a side dinette, which most family berth caravans have, if you're willing to sacrifice that for that fixed bed, then this could be a really good option for you. We've got that huge fridge freezer, we've got the microwave, the oven, grill and hob. We've got various things within this caravan that's going to make your holiday really enjoyable. Price-wise, we're talking £25,300, which that's why I say that isn't really entry-level money, because that's a lot of money for many people, especially families. We have got the Whale air-blown heating, so it's going to be lovely and warm though in winter and autumn. So yeah, I've enjoyed reviewing this caravan. As I say, it's the first time I've seen this layout and I'm quite impressed by it. So yeah, especially with the storage, this is certainly one to put on your list if you're looking for a family caravan. Even if it's just for 4 of you, you've got so many sort of features and practicalities here. It's definitely worth having a look at. So I would like to say a big thank you to Wiltshire Caravans who've allowed us to come and film today in a sterile environment. It's really appreciated. I hope you've enjoyed that. All I'd like to say is, as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.